Imagine discovering that your football club paid millions of euros to a man whose job was evaluating referees. Once again, not briefly, but for 17 years, people. 17 freaking years. No match fixing confession. No referee caught on tape. Just a paper trail that has been so long that it spans from 2001 to 2018, people. From 2001 to 2018, this is the Negreira case. And here is why it may seem very uncomfortable, or the most uncomfortable scandal in football that has ever come to light. You understand? First things first, let's talk about who is Negreira. José María Enríquez Negreira wasn't a referee on the pitch. He was something more powerful. Something that could influence every referee that reffed a Barcelona's game. That's the key part about this situation. From 1994 to 2018, he served as the vice president of the Spanish Referee Technical Committee, the body responsible for these three things: evaluating referees, deciding promotions and demotions, influencing those officiates in big games. In football terms, he was part of the refereeing ecosystem. And during that same period, Barcelona was paying him. Can we all see about how weird this situation is? It's weird. Now, let's talk about the payments, because we need to actually focus on what happened in this case. Now, everything I am saying here is still alleged, because the ruling has not come down yet. So we are going to watch out for that. However, between 2001 and 2018, Barcelona transferred over 7 million euros to companies owned by Negreira and his son. Can you understand that situation now? The club's explanation about the situation is that they were paying for technical reports on referees, advice on how referees interpret the rules, how to approach certain officials. On the surface, it sounds like consultancy. But here's the issue. This right here is a conflict of interest. In Spain and in footballing governance globally, you cannot pay someone who oversees referees, even if he is not a referee himself, even if no referee was bribed, even if no match was fixed because of the influence. You cannot pay someone that oversees the referee, because influence doesn't need instructions. Influence, referee knowing that someone contacted or connected to their evaluations is financially tied to a club, creates implicit pressure. Can we all understand that? And can we all understand that this right here doesn't bode well for Barcelona? It does not. You get me? And there is where the case becomes more dangerous. That right there is where the case becomes dangerous. Because the justification of this situation now, when investigators ask for proof of work done, as in, we paid the 7 million to this company for them to give us technical advice on referees and how they interpret the rules, Barcelona produced generic reports. Some lacked depth, some lacked context. None explained why the payments increased over time. And none convincingly justified why a football club needed to pay a sitting referee official for nearly 2 decades. My brothers and sisters, this is a problem for Barcelona. It's a problem for Barcelona, not just because of what has happened, not just because of what happened between them and the referee, but because Real Madrid is looking at this case. Real Madrid can absolutely file a case and say, look, from 2001 to 2001, from 2001 to 2018, we need to review every single title race, and strip Barcelona of every single title from those 17 years if they want it. That right there is problematic for the entire La Liga, because this is a slippery slope. If they find them guilty of this, of competition corruption, of football corruption, the threat is what is the most damning, because the threat in this situation then would come the most damning revelation. When Barcelona stopped payments in 2018, Negreira warned them and warned club officials, if you stop paying, there will be consequences. That is what Negreira did. That is mind-blowing. That right there is not advice. That right there is leverage. That right there is a threat. It's a threat directly to club officials. You understand? This statement changed everything in this case. It changed everything because advice doesn't come with threat. It does not come with threat. You can say, I advise you not to stop paying, but then when you do, if you stop paying, there will be consequences. Then that moves from advice to leverage. That moves from advice to quasi-blackmail, if you understand what I mean. But of course, all this is still alleged. You understand? It's still alleged. It has not been finalized now. Now, the legal case is what I am going to see if I can break down for you guys today. Spanish prosecutors charged Barcelona with sport corruption, not because they proved match fixing, but because the institutional corruption doesn't require that particular one. The crime isn't buying a decision, it is buying influence. And this is harder to prove. However, the La Liga president, Javier Tebas, called it one of the most serious scandals in footballing history. Barcelona denies all wrongdoings, and legally, the case is still unfolding. But one thing is for sure. It does not look good, because they asked the president of Barcelona if he knew Negreira, the vice president of the footballing committee or the refereeing committee. And he said he did not know them. However, they showed pictures upon pictures of them meeting and them having a good relationship. That's a problem. That right there is a problem. Now, the question is, why does this matter? This case isn't about racing trophies or rewriting history. It's about credibility. Football survives on the belief that results are earned and not nudged. Not nudged. Once that belief cracks, everything feels different. Every single thing feels different. For instance, Real Madrid winning the Champions League will feel different. The amount of times that they have dominated the Champions League will feel different. Barcelona winning the La Liga will feel different. Even the rest of the leagues, Man United winning all those times, 13 trophies, will feel different. All those things absolutely matters in this situation. Now, what we are saying in this situation, here is the uncomfortable truth about this. If no match was fixed, even if no referee was instructed to do the things that they did or to influence the game in favor of Barcelona, the question remains, should football ever have allowed this to happen? And can fans ever look at that era the same way again? Now you decide. Because in my mind, if this is proven to be the case, we can go back and look at Lionel Messi's legacy. We can go back and look at them winning a treble with Messi, Neymar, and Suarez. We can go back and look at them and look at the Messi's 90-something goals contribution. We can go back and look at all those things. And if they are found guilty, I wonder what would absolutely roll from this, because this is a trouble that we are yet to come down with. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that follow button, and hit that subscribe button so you guys do not miss out on this particular story, because I will be keeping a close eye on the verdict. Now, we could get the verdicts next week, but I'm keeping a close eye on it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.